How's it going, guys? I'm Andrew and we're with Webb Nissan in Vancouver. Today we're going to be talking about the 2016 Rogue SL. This is going to be this month's feature vehicle, so I kind of wanted to go over a couple of details with you guys. Starting out, you've got a redesigned front fascia. The older body style was kind of a little bit more round, a little bit less aggressive. So in this year's model, you've got a lot more presentable front end. It's a lot more fun to look at. In fact, let me turn on the LED lights that are in the front. The front LEDs kind of have a Maxima-inspired design with the boomerang effect. You also have an HID headlight now, which is really handy for night driving, stuff like that. And you've also got the front fogs here. But coming around to this side, some things you'll notice too. You've got the jeweled emblems here on the side mirrors, which are super handy for folks that are around you. You've also got an around view monitor system, which I'll be going over with you guys a little bit later. But again, that's just kind of where it's housed. You've got the outer cameras here housed on the mirrors. Some things on the outside that you'll notice as well. Again, with the redesign, it's got a lot more aggressive styling. Not only do you have kind of a little bit wider body overall, it's got a little bit of hips and angles to it, so it's a little bit more pleasable to the eye to take a look at. Also, if you notice, you got the 18-inch alloy. Before it was a little bit smaller. Now you've got a larger diameter wheel. It's going to allow for a little bit quieter ride, and it's definitely more appealing to the eye. Coming into the inside of the vehicle. So kind of talking more about Nissan Safety Shield technologies, the access points are all right here to engage and disengage your functionality. And not only that, you've also got eco mode, you've got sport mode, and several other modes that actually help the driver in driving scenarios. Here you've got basically the overlay that you've got on the dash here. You've got let me turn it all the way on. I'll shut the door so it's not so loud. As you can see here in the door pillars, you've also got your around view monitor system. There's a little bulb there that illuminates anytime you get anybody in your blind spot or you're departing your lane. It actually alerts you and lets you know. So kind of moving down to here, you've got your heads-up display. Super handy for the folks that don't want to keep their eyes going back and forth from the technologies you've got here in the center of the dash to what you've got here. Everything kind of correlates. So just pushing by the ease of a push of a button, your thumb right here, you can actually jog through different statistics, settings, and actually with a navigation system in the SL, the tech package, you've actually got the ability to see what's going to be happening in your navigation right here in your advanced monitor system. So again, these are all designs that are going to help keep your eyes focused on the road or in the line of sight. But again, they're more convenient for the consumer as well. Not only that, you also have got Bluetooth connectivity with streaming audio, so you can actually stream your music through the vehicle, and you can also take phone calls while you drive. Cruise control is kind of a given in this kind of package, but it's really nice. This cruise control, it's not the intelligent cruise control yet in the Rogue, so it's just kind of the standard that they had before, but again, extremely reliable. Coming down to the middle console, this is completely redesigned. The Nissan, they did a great job of kind of integrating some of what the Murano had to offer, the luxuries, as well as some of the sportier stuff that the Maxima had to offer. They kind of combined the two and put them into the Rogue, so that it still kind of had the clean, simple appeal, but they also wanted to give it a nice, elegant design as well that was still simple. Everything we've got here from our around view camera systems, you can actually simply push that button. If you look here, you've got the around view monitor system. It gives you a bird's eye view of the Rogue itself and allows you to see anybody in a 360-degree angle. So again, super handy. And when you push the camera button again, you've also got a side monitor that actually allows you to see the curb on the passenger side. So say, for instance, you're wanting to parallel park in town, but you're not really able to quite see a curb. Blind spots were a big complaint for the previous body style on the Rogue. So having this, it really did help eliminate the blind spot factor. You truly can see every angle of your vehicle when just pushing the camera. It doesn't only have to be in reverse. You can do that. As you can see, we're in park, and you can still see the full surroundings of your vehicle. While you're in motion, unfortunately, that's not available. So if you see here, you've got again, a very simple design, but again, convenience for both sides of the vehicle, for passenger and driver. You do have a dual climate control functionality. So when pushing dual, essentially you got to get your fan speed going here. and you got to press your mode to get the fan speeds going. But once the fan's up and running, essentially you just push dual here, and it allows you to have independent climate on each side of the vehicle. You know, if you and the wife are, you know, arguing about what temperature needs to be the right one, all you simply have to do is push the middle of that button and you can adjust the climate. Not only that, you actually have the ability to not just adjust your temperature in the vehicle, but you've also got the ability to adjust your seat temperature with the heated seats. You've got a high and a low setting. You know, if you need just a little bit of warmth, or if you really needed to get warm fast if it's snowy outside, if you're out skiing, anything like that, it's really handy to have heated leather seats. Now coming up to the top portion of the vehicle, we've got a dual panoramic moonroof. And if you can see, it's got an extremely panoramic effect with almost the entire roof basically acting as a sunroof. So with that all the way open, you can definitely see, and I'll open the sunroof portion of it. And so you've actually got the ability to open the top and have that dual panoramic roof for the front and the rear passengers. Just the front portion opens to the open air, but you do have that panoramic roof essentially covers all 3 rows of seats. So here we have the Bose sound system. It's a fantastic audio system, and it's actually a few watts more powerful than what we've got available in the standard system. Not only does it offer the navigation with the backup camera and a round view monitor system, but it does also come with Sirius XM radio. So you've actually got several channels of Sirius XM available. Let's see here. There you go. So basically it allows you to go through a multitude of different channels and categories, from anything from pop, rock, and hip hop to news, sports, religion, politics, anything like that. There's a lot of good comedy stations on there. So yeah, just lots of cool stuff. So I didn't mention before, I'm a 6'2" person, and I can comfortably sit in the back here of the Rogue. Getting in and out is extremely easy. One thing that's really nice to point out is how wide these rear seats, or the rear doors, actually open up. In fact, I'll climb all the way through here. And show you that they open wider than pretty much all the other vehicles in its class. The factor for that, let me get the mic back on. The factor for that is going to be folks, not only elderly folks, larger folks, but people with bad knees and joints. It's a lot easier for them to access the rear portion of a vehicle. Again, in vehicles in this class, it's been one of the #1 complaints in the compact SUVs is ease of use or ease of access to get into the rear seats. So having a wider opening door in the back not only allows for that, but also in our 3rd row seat model, it allows you to get to the back portion a lot easier. And when accessing kids in the back, car seats, anything like that, it just gives you a lot more working space to make things happen. The seats in the rear here, they do fold flush and flat. In fact, I'll go to the other side here. So you can see there's quite a bit of cargo storage area here when all the seats are folded down. You also got a little bit of more utility here in the rear cargo portion, as you've got several different cargo shelving options. It's a kind of a multi-level storage area back here. But again, if you wanted to lay it flush and flat, if you had cargo, you know, moving wood or a TV, anything like that, it definitely makes things a lot easier. So back here in the SL package, you actually got an automatic power lift gate. It's got a couple of different settings you can actually have, so they can raise to different heights. And also, if you were to get underneath it and shut it, and when it comes down, it's not going to eat you. So here, as you can see, let me fold down the seats. As you can see, this has basically got a multi-level cargo storage rack here, which you can actually adjust to a multiple. There's 13 different combinations of settings you can actually have to raise and lower those different levels here. And also, if you wanted to, you can make it completely flush and flat, so if you've got large cargo, you can still utilize all the rear space here. Also underneath, when you can see here, it's a little bit more deep back here. You've got quite a bit of cargo storage area, and then also on the very bottom, you've got your subwoofer for the Bose sound package, and you've got your spare tire. So here we've got the engine. It's the inline 4-cylinder. It's 2.5 liters, and you've got 170 horsepower to offer in the all-wheel drive drivetrain. As you can see, as most engines are, they're kind of complex to look at, but one thing I did want to point out was the fact that you do have a factory sealed CVT transmission. The CVT transmission is a continuously variable transmission that actually doesn't go through a series of gears. It just uses a system of bands and pulleys to give you your power. It's extremely efficient and it's extremely reliable, and it's also maintenance free. In the Nissans, you actually don't have a maintenance required on that transmission. In fact, the entire drivetrain for 105,000 miles. The reason being is you have the CVT as well, and you also have the timing chain drive, so there's no services for a timing belt necessary. Again, you've got a 3-year, 36,000 mile bumper-to-bumper warranty that's going to cover you for anything that could fail on this vehicle. Again, 3 years, 36,000 miles, and you've also got a 5-year, 60,000 mile powertrain warranty that's going to cover this engine and your transmission and the major running gear and components from failure. So lots of peace of mind backing up the Nissan product. And then one last thing I wanted to mention, you also have in the front here, this is part of your around view monitor system. You've got the front camera there. Not a lot of compact SUVs offer that. The major benefit of having this is pulling into even garages at home. Some folks have a hot water heater that's right there at the end of their door or at the end of their garage, and before they hit it, they can see it with the camera. Again, you can see anybody crossing in front of you. It's just something that's just kind of part of Nissan Safety Shield technology that really helps visibility with the road. Thanks again, guys. This is Andrew Fields, and this is the 2016 Nissan Rogue SL. It's also available in an S package, which is the entry line, and also an SV, which is the midline packaging. It also has a 3rd row seat available in the SV family package, so you can have up to 7 passengers. Come down and check one out today. We're at the Vancouver Auto Mall, 3608 Northeast Auto Mall Drive, the Nissan store.